pass on again. There's a good tidy over from Lockie Ferguson. Power play done, 37 for 3.
আমি কিনলে এখনই অ্যালার্ম দিয়ে রাখো যদি মিস করছো
আসছে বছরের সবচেয়ে বড় সেল তারাজ 11/11 কিনলে এখনই
Nature of the delivery from Southey, dragged it leg side. Nisham doing a great job.
New Zealanders, they've just played fearless cricket from ball one, and Finn Allen really set the tone, and the bowlers, Tim Southey has set the tone for the New Zealanders with the ball as well, trusting what he felt, what the right ball option, and then fully committing to it.
Slip there for Glenn Maxwell. It takes away the opportunity to get back for a second. Shane Watson, how long do they allow themselves, these two? We know that the power they have, we know the options that Glenn Maxwell has at his disposal by way of an array of strokes. You did mention they've got to keep it moving. How long until they really desperately have to find the boundary at least once, if not twice and over?
They don't have long, that's for sure. They need to just find which bowler they're going to be able to line up a little bit easier. But Glenn Maxwell slipping over there, as my dad said, wear full spikes, will break on your heels.
Oh, not a good option there from Stoinis, I don't think. Yeah, 22 dots in that power play from an Australian point of view, just 28 dots in the whole of the New Zealand innings. And I think Adam Gilchrist, Shane Watson, two quality opening batters alongside. And one thing that Conway did beautifully, Gilly, is he rotated the strike.
Oh, he certainly did. He had that little cushion, didn't he, from Finn Allen, who dominated that first over, 14 off it. It just buys you mentally a little bit of time. A little bit of width that Stoinis doesn't capitalise on. It's going to be tough, very tough, as we saw the previous delivery to play that horizontal bat stroke, the sweep shot. Glenn Maxwell loves the reverse sweep. He's one of the finest exponents. Going to be a high-risk policy to go to that just yet, with the ball starting to skid on. Maybe a little bit more conventional. Tim Southey's just moved back deeper on at backward point. Just onto the edge of the circle there. But Dooley, it's spot on every partnership right from the outset. And a couple of times the Australians erred with length at the start of a new partnership, and a boundary was hit, and that just allows that partnership to settle. Really nice change of pace here and length from Santner, doing a wonderful job. Picked up that wicket of the Australian captain. So a lot to consider here for the Australians. Stoinis never looks too panicked at any situation, does he? I can promise you his mind would be racing. Oh, that's a wonderful stop there by the captain. It always leads extremely well by example, whether it's in the field or bat in hand after 7 Australia. 41 for 3.
তোমার কি কোনোদিনও বুদ্ধি হবে না?
বুদ্ধি হবে না? স্যালারি পাওয়ার পর 11/11 এর জন্য টাকাটা আলাদা করে রাখছে কে? আমি? তোমার মনের মতো সব কেনার প্ল্যান করতেছে কে? আমি? সব কিনে জিতবে কে?
আমি কিনলে এখনই অ্যালার্ম দিয়ে রাখো যদি মিস করছো একদম
আসছে বছরের সবচেয়ে বড় সেল তারাজ 11/11 রেডি থাকেন কিনলে এখনই
It is a long time between drinks, 11 years, but goodness me, it's been so impressive. Again, I've just loved how fearless the New Zealanders have been. Australians have been a little bit worried about what might happen, and the Kiwis just gone, you know what? I don't care what might happen, we're just going to take it on and see what happens.
Big passage of play coming up here for the Australians. This Shoddy into the attack. from the Paddington end.
Yeah, should be a couple. It will be a couple. Great to have Adam Gilchrist with us in the combox, along with Ian Smith as well. So two wonderful wicket keepers. They're just tough for Devon Conway, Gilly. Look, fairly new, fairly inexperienced at this game. I'll just sort of roll something at you and see if you can see any little things in his keeping, and just keep a close eye on him for us over the next couple of overs. Just see if you can pick anything up that he might be able to do better. It's a relatively new role for him, although he has done a bit of keeping in the past.
Well, he's doing everything, my observation so far in this innings, he's doing everything you want from your wicket-keeper. They're classified, Ian Healy always said it, the drummer in the band. Just keep the beat. Try to go unnoticed unless it's for something exceptional. Too often keepers are only noticed when something is missed, but he's busy, he's supporting his captain, the energy's there, even though he batted all the way through the innings. He's continually sort of checking on the fielders out in the deep. Any young cricketers watching that are interested in wicket keeping, you constantly got to looking around at the field positioning. You've got the best angle from behind the stumps to support your captain, be a great ally. Just field angles and the depth of players, just what looks right. Put your batting mind back on and work out what looks right. This is nice from Sodhi, just not giving them any leverage capability. There's no step hit possibility. Stealing in singles, it's not going to be enough. I can tell you, gentlemen, just to throw something else in the mix, it's just a couple of spots of rain dropping here. Certainly far from being anything to worry about at this point, but Australia will be aware of that, so too New Zealand. There's the reverse, he goes hard at it, and he gets it into the gap, Glenn Maxwell. A roar around the Sydney cricket ground, and it brings up the 50 for Australia after 8 overs, 50 for 3.
এবার টি20 বিশ্বকাপ জমবে ওয়ালটন টিভির হট সেলে মাত্র 14,900 টাকার 32 L30 মডেলের এলইডি টিভির সাথে। ওয়ালটন হট সেল অফারে 563 লিটারের সাইড বাই সাইড ফ্রিজ কিনুন 14,500 টাকা ছাড়। এছাড়াও বিভিন্ন সাইজের ওয়ালটন ফ্রিজে পাচ্ছেন অভাবনীয় মূল্য ছাড়।
50 for 3, 8 gone. This partnership in its infancy. 16 from 19 at the moment between the two very powerful right-handers. Can't continue to allow New Zealand to bowl at them.
Mitchell Santner, he is such a highly skilled orthodox bowler. He just understands how to read a batsman. Glenn Maxwell. So good. High risk for just about every other person on the planet, but not Glenn Maxwell, not at this time.
Stoinis has got to look to go down the wicket. And down the ground. And he's hit that one away over. Extra cover, it's a chance. Oh! You've got to be kidding me, Glenn Phillips. Please. How good is that? New Zealand, do you think they're not on the game? They are well and truly up for this tonight.
You have got to be kidding. It's Superman. Mitch Santner, slower, wider, slightly out of Marcus Stoinis' power zone. And he would have felt like he got a good piece of that. But, oh my goodness me. And he got two hands to it as well. What an athlete. New Zealand, goodness me, they are on their game tonight. Fearless cricket.
Oh, Stoinis taking him a while to get off the ground because he is disappointed with that, but has taken a bit of brilliance to get rid of him. Gone for 7, Australia 50 for 4.
Tim David to the crease after Marcus Stoinis absolutely would have felt that he placed it nicely, just kept hanging in the air. And Tim David, this is baptism of fire for him. First ICC event for him. He's a very, very skilled young man. But now we're going to have to see exactly what he's made of. Australians 50 for 4. New Zealand is just not giving Australia a chance to get off the floor yet.
Impressive T20 career. Tim David, strike rate 160, average at 37, but boy, there is some work to do here tonight. Mitch Santner, just so clever. It's that arm speed, Shane Watson. His ability to hold it back and to fire it in. But this, it's all about the catch, isn't it?
You are joking. That's what dreams are made of, being able to catch something like that. I had a lot of dreams doing something like that. That certainly never happened.
Cut away powerfully behind point. Phillips after it again. It'll just be a couple. I've got to say, not only do we have the best cricketers in the world on show as far as the men's game are concerned, our men and women in our television crew as well, right across the country, absolutely brilliant. Cameras, replay staff, directors, you name it. We've got the best in the business here in this country at the moment to bring you every possible angle of all of those catches throughout the tournament. And we've started off with some fairly good ones there of that Glenn Phillips. Brilliant piece of fielding.
It's great to see what Tim David's done straight up, batting nearly onto off stump to Mitch Santner, as most right-handers will give themselves a little bit of room and on leg stump to try and just free their hands a little bit. But Tim David's just that comfortable and that confident that he's just into the line. He's going to hit straight to the leg side more so. Mitchell Santner, geez, he's such a skilled bowler. Love watching him bowl.
That's another very good over from Mitchell Santner, wicket. And just the 4 runs, 54 for 4 after 9.
বন্ধুরা চলো সামনে এগিয়ে যাই নেসক্যাফে লাইফটা করো নিজের মতো
ফ্রম নেসলে। ডেঙ্গু ম্যালেরিয়ার মতো মশাবাহিত রোগ থেকে পরিবারকে সুরক্ষিত রাখতে এলো নতুন উপায়, ভ্যাসলিন মসকিটো ডিফেন্স লোশন, যা গর্ভবতী মা ও শিশুর জন্য নিরাপদ এবং দেবে 8 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত সুরক্ষা।
Very skilled. Australia, geez, they need to get on with it. They don't need to consolidate. They just need to get going. 147 off 66 balls. 13.36 runs per over required.
Sodhi, the 1 over for 9. Continue. Australia highly favoured to go back-to-back or go deep into the tournament playing at home. Good side. New Zealand probably, but definitely the underdogs coming into this game tonight. So they, right from the first over, Finn Allen took on Mitchell Starc. Just come with an attitude of, as you've said, Shane Watson, time and time again, fearless cricket, and it's been exceptional to watch.
Yeah, it really has been a treat. There were definitely question marks around New Zealand not having Daryl Mitchell in the team for this game as well, after being such a glue to the New Zealand team in the last T20 World Cup. The thing that I've loved about Ish Sodhi here, he's learnt from what Adam Zampa did when he got a little bit too full, a little bit too often. And Ish has just been into the wicket a bit more, not giving the batsman a chance to be able to just stand there and hit through the line. But now, with the new batsman, he's going to be wanting to tempt Tim David with a little bit slower, a little bit fuller, try and get him caught at cover, deep cover or deep mid-off.
Oh, beautifully bowled. Beautifully bowled. And it's different for Tim David as well. I mean, we all know it. It's the big stage. You're up with the big boys now on the big stage in a pressure situation, and it's not easy.
And he's slowed down his pace as well. He's down into the early 80 kilometres, so Tim David's going to have to make the pace. Wouldn't surprise me if he slows it down a little bit to Glenn Maxwell as well. Again, trying to make him make the pace.
Wants to push hard, but Tim Southey prevents a second.
And this is the bonus of your team chasing or defending 200, 201. Now Sodi can really just be a little bit more attacking now to be able to just continue to try and break these partnerships. So he's bowling a little bit slower, bowl a little bit wider, and the occasional faster one, Maxwell stumps.
Almost at the halfway stage, and the required rate has touched over 14 already. No doubting the power of Maxwell, the power of Tim David. And you wait to come. We've seen them do it before, but to get 14 and over from so far out is a very difficult task. Not impossible, but difficult. Maxwell